Welcome to the iDart Events video demonstration. Now we come to the iDarts Events main menu. You have the Enter iDarts Events button, the Exit iDart Events button, and the Enter Password Retrieval System button. We're going to go ahead and enter the iDart Events system. On the first time that you enter into the iDarts Events system, you need to enter a password. I've entered the password and you'll notice that it's not showing. This is for security reasons. Going down to the verify password and entering that, it also won't show. Once entered, it will notify you to keep it in a safe place and just click OK. Now you're going to be coming to the steps involved in the iDart events. Step 1 is the select place, step 2 is select events, and step 3 is select people. You also have on the select place, you have add place and then the main menu buttons. You will also notice part of our security device on iDart events is the lock and unlock graphic as button. Here you'll notice that the lock is in an unlock position, in which case that you can move around and do everything that you would like. If, for example, you needed to lock down the system, that you were going to step away, you would just click the lock button, and by clicking OK, it has set it to the locked position. Nothing will work at this point. All of the iDart event screens all function in the same way to enable you to stop right where you're at and lock the system down. You don't have to remember where you last were. Clicking it again will bring up the enter password screen. Just enter your password that you first entered and it now becomes unlocked. We'll go ahead now and enter a place name. Just by clicking the add place, you now are going to be going to the add place screens, where you will have the name, the address, second address if necessary, city, state, zip. Now we're doing the phone numbers, the email, contact, and if you had any honeypot progressive amounts that you would want to enter, you would enter them here, and as well as the mystery out progressive amount. So there you have an entire place that has been entered. You'll also see to the right that you have the previous event brackets, which will be showing up here. This is all the reporting for this event. You have the PDF view as well as the spreadsheet views. Down at the bottom, you have the status flags. You have the active, attached, and previous. If a place is active, it'll have a red flag there. If it's attached to an event, it'll have a red flag there. If it has any previous events, it'll be a red flag there. So now that we have the place added, we'll go ahead and view all. Now you can see that there is a place that is now appearing in the list view. To make this place active, you have selectors to activate the place or deactivate the place. When you activate the place, it will ask you to verify the progressive amounts for that place, and then once you verify and click OK, it will put a red flag next to the selector, notifying you at a glance that that place has been set to active. And by clicking on the place name, you can see down below that the active flag is there. Now let's go on to step 2. To go on to step 2, just click Select Events. In the iDarts events, there are set main events and side out events. There can be no additions or deletions. However, you can always edit the cost of any one of the events. Blind draw, you can just as easily highlight or backspace delete and change that to 8. And then click view all. And now it is at 8. We're going to go ahead and leave it at 10 for right now. But as you can see, these are all preset. There is no additions and there is no subtractions. If you need to select a game for the event, you would just hit the selectors, and again, once it's selected, as in the places, a red flag will appear. We're going to go ahead and do blind draw and high out and the mystery out. And now let's go on to step 3. We have selected step 3, select people, and now you're going to notice that you have an add person, a main menu button, and some other things over here on the right that we'll go over here in just a minute. But what you need to do is you need to add a person, and this is basically just like add place. You would enter their name. In this case, we're going to use test 1. It's automatically going to ask you what's the player's gender, and then you would put in the address if they wanted to give that to you, the city, state, home, cell, email. It's automatically set to enable. You will also notice that we have the normal status flags as with every one of the places and events. You have that same thing as people. You also now have the previous events where you can see the previous date, previous place, event, and teammate's name, where you finished, and the winnings. So we're going to go ahead and just click view all, and you will see that now that the person's name is listed, its gender is listed as well. If you needed to make any edits, you would just click on the name and you're right back here. Just click view all again. Now let's go over the available events. Here you're going to see that the events that we selected in the select event step 2 stage, where the blind draw, high out, and mystery out, are listed. If this person wanted to have just the blind draw event, you would click on that, and you will see it appear in the selected events. If by chance they didn't want just that one, they wanted everything, by clicking the blue folder and the green arrow, it will produce all of the available events that are shown. Now what we want to do is activate a person for this event. You would just hit the selector, will turn their name to red. To view their card, you would click this selector. Then you want to go over and hit the blue folder, green arrow, and will populate everything. You'll notice that it will give you the total due. There is also the print the person's scorecard, which is very helpful. We will give you a screenshot of that. As well as now you have the main event, the total count that's in the main event, the amount of dollars that have been received, the currently active place, how many female and how many male counts there are. You have the side events. You have the progressive amounts before the game started for the honey pot and for the mystery out. You also have the total counts for each one of those side events, and as well as their amounts. On the left bottom side, you have the payout for first, second, and third place. First and second is only by percentages. Third place can be a percentage or a flat amount. You have an add-in for the main event. that if you needed to add in any dollars from an outside source, you could do so. You also have that same type of information for the Cricut, High Out, Honeypot, Low Out, and Mystery Out. You have all add-ins for that. You have holdback percentages if necessary, and then what will show in the grayed out payout area is what the payouts will be for those events. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the rest of the players entered and come back.